Again?
These valves are short.
Oh.
Oil!
I think that this is 10. These plugs are older than 10, bro. So that's what happens when water gets in.
So that's the...
That one's also had some water.
Major issues going on over here, and we're here and making plan to fix the bony. So I came here to my reliable steed to fix out the boat, to fix out the bony and to finish off any issues that's haunting us right now. Let's see what power it makes and see what we can do. What a couple for me. Okay, so that's really down. So what do you think we can do? So right now we're going to be doing a valve clearance. We're going to be doing a leak down test as well, right?
Yeah.
And what else again?
Compression test.
And a compression test, just to make sure that everything is sharp. Make sure that the bony is not mechanically wrong. Nothing's mechanically wrong, you feel me? So then after this, if we don't find any issues mechanically, then obviously it has to be a whole software issue, I'm guessing. Am I right or wrong?
Correct, sir.
All right, yeah, I think so. So good luck to me. Or to us, let me rather say that, yeah. Because he's doing all the work. So
You like to do.
everything goes to his mouth these days. So now over here, you're removing the tank, and what else are you going to be doing?
Alright, so basically in essence the bike is already at operating temperature, which is where we need it to be. Everything
Nice.
is expanded, everything is good.
Nice.
So we're going to take off tank, remove all the groceries on top here, take off the air box, and then we're going to start with the leak down test in each cylinder.
Yeah.
Do compression test in each cylinder, and
Yeah.
then when we're done with that, take the rocker cover off or the tappet cover off, and
Yeah.
then inspect the valve clearances.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. When I get sorted, all the guys have been gapping me. Big shit is coming now, boys. But you're like, hey, we've tried to keep it as clean as possible. Obviously, the dirt is going to be dirt, but
You'll always get that, bro.
doesn't look like some of the bikes I've seen.
Put everything nice and neatly in here, hey? I wonder who that was.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah. Made plan to make sure everything is sharp. Keep it nice and clean. Must stay there.
1,000 and something percent. Bro.
I was about to say that these Chinese whatevers. Ooh, roadkill. Nice. No, well, not nice, but nice. Still got original stock air filter. And it's not even that bad. It's like not as dirty, you know. Well, it's not that easy to assess that, but it's not even that dirty. Look at this. How nice. A bolt fell out for my chain guard.
It's for your velocity stacks, okay?
The which actuator?
This one over here.
Okay.
So this actuator turns and it closes the velocity stacks so that the secondary injectors over here
Yeah.
can pump through.
Yeah.
But if you have a look at this corrosion
Oi, oi, oi.
on the inside of that,
As well. Right there.
I wonder if it's actually working.
Is there a way of testing that? By itself?
I should be able to test on the diagnostics here.
Okay, great.
But we'll clean that up, lube it, nicely clean the pins, put it back together, and then
Lube it, no?
what can be happening now is the velocity stacks are staying open.
Makes
The
sense?
secondary injectors are pushing the fuel through.
Yeah.
Now it's going everywhere in the airbox instead of spraying straight down the tube.
Okay. So let's see that. Okay, let's hope. So that's defect number 1 that we found.
Yeah.
The actuator for the
Secondary velocity
ECU. For the secondary velocity stacks, yeah.
stacks.
That one there.
I see.
There's plenty of them. So that is the secondary.
Secondary fuel injection rail.
Okay. These are the actual injectors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a set over here, and then you got a set over here.
Over
that
there at
goes
the
straight
bottom.
into the throttle body.
100%.
It is possible that actuator is not moving. So basically, the actuator turns on the top there, and then you check.
Okay. So then, yeah.
There's like this mist all over,
So you think it could...
which could be coming from the breather, but the breather is also not on properly. The pipe is broken. That's why there's all this oil
sitting over there.
sitting over there.
Oh, snap. So that probably have to change that pipe as well.
Yeah. So this must be shifting on and off. That's why it was misfiring.
So there's a cable tie and what?
There's a cable tie over there and then some silicone to keep it in place. So by the looks of it, they broke the collar off there. Now this doesn't stay in place.
And you can see all those chip marks on there as well. Look at it, how grazed up it is.
That's removing it incorrectly.
Oh gosh. So that's issue number 2. So it must have been the last guys that services bike.
Yeah.
Because all that was shop.
Okay, all this cut it off.
Ah.
Let's see what's going on.
So there's a cable tie on there for real.
Yeah.
And then just put some silicone on top so that nothing goes on or into it.
Oh, just to keep it in place.
Wow. Ooh-wee. So that's...
It's fuel.
So that over there is all fuel, no?
Yeah.
Over there as well.
All of this
Why
is
is it-
petrol.
95.
It's green, so I guess it's 95.
Or it's cream soda.
All cream soda, bro.
But that looks unprofessional.
So meaning I need another, what's that, coil pack?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got one of those at home at least. But the plug into the coil pack, that's still fine.
Yeah, the plug on the harness side is still fine, but it's the actual collar
Right there.
on the core pack.
I'm not impressed. So you can just imagine how these guys, when they rev their bonies, for it to keep being on the fan as it stands still. And they want to come sell it full retail price. And I keep telling the guys, the life of that oil, you're killing it with every single over rev that you're doing.
Yeah,
But they don't
it's meant
understand.
to ride. That air that flows through it when you're riding, it's meant to ride so that air cools it down. You've got no idea how much that air cools the motor down.
Freaking hell.
The cooling system and all only does so much.
Yeah, I guess we enjoy the pops and bangs a little too much.
Too much, bro, especially after a couple of these.
Oh, somebody pulling in.
No, I don't like
it's
it
showing.
standing and showing.
What's the worst bike that you've ever worked on?
CBR 600.
But those things don't break, huh?
The one that I've got, dude, everything was broken on it. Everything.
You can see
I
that.
redid the motor, everything, stator, forks, rear suspension, chain sprockets, major service, you name it, bro.
So the owner did not take care of it at all.
No, not at all. It looks like it came from one of these plazas
Oh,
by Gabi Gilvis's backyard mechanics, bro. It was terrible.
insane.
So that's what happens when water gets in.
So that's the, yeah. So the last time when I took it in, it was misfiring as soon as they were done with the service.
Yeah,
So you can clearly see that
water got in there.
water got into there. Because I remember them telling me that no, when I first the bike, it was misfiring, and then I told them no, it's misfiring. Then they took it into the workshop, blew some air in it, and they just told me that no, it's just some water got into it when they were cleaning the bike. But clearly you can see that there's water going into there or something like that, or there was,
Yeah,
because of the corrosion.
and it's rusted. Yeah.
Let me just have a look at it. I'll take a picture. Ouch, that's hot. Look at that. Now look at the difference. Look at this one. That one is not even, doesn't even look as cuck as this one. And I wonder if this is the one that had the silicone. No, it's not. Mini sweets.
Yeah.
Space is an issue, yeah?
Yeah. That one's also had some water.
Look at the bottom of it too. Shit. Okay. So far it looks like 2 coil packs have got water in it.
Or had water.
Had water at some time. So it's, this one is rust like there at the bottom, that one is more at the top. Not good oh.
That's somewhere but not laying there.
So it's late. So that's a probably a thing for some. Yeah, no. Okay.
Okay, I think let's just take this whole throttle body off one time.
Doesn't help, no.
Yeah.
So see, that's one of the good parts of coming to a person who knows exactly what they're doing, instead of just manning it yourself, and then you find out end up seeing things that are actually not supposed to be there, but because you don't know, you know, you think that it's fine, and it's actually not fine. But yeah.
In case there was any.
But it makes sense, because a lot of BMW bikes, if they have not been run in properly, they give issues almost instantly.
Yeah.
Almost instantly. I think under like 3,000 kilometers or something.
All right, let's look down the throat. Open wide and say, ah. You can see this motor's got high mileage on it.
You can see that it's got high
You
mileage.
can see it in the valves. The edge of the valve starts to become sharp.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because of all the opening and closing, and closing. Okay.
But overall looks okay though.
Okay.
All right.
So you're happy on that end?
Yeah, let's take the plugs out and then we can start with the compression test.
All right. Hey.
Yo, check out, this plug wasn't even tight, bro.
At all. Seeing anything there?
How many kilometers back were these plugs changed?
So the last service. So it's almost, because I'm left with like 2,000 kilometers, I think. So it's probably 10.
These plugs are older than 10, bro.
So it looks as if they won't even change, maybe.
Yeah. Not tight, bro.
That's not tight.
So how you can tell that spark plug is older than 10,000 is you either look at the prongs over here or you look at the electrode in the middle.
Yeah.
And if you see that electrode has actually gone oval.
Oval?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that electrode is supposed to be round, but it's got an oval shape to it now. So
okay.
That's actually the wear from the spark that arcs all the time.
After all that time, yeah.
And that only happens after like a long...
Like a lot of kilometers.
Yeah, like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Shit. 10,000 shouldn't look like that.
So maybe it's just
because on BMW's intervals, it only needs to get changed every 20,000. And 20,000 plugs shouldn't look like that. So that's older than 20,000 for sure.
Ooh.
Something's not right in there.
So you can't feel the butt of the spark plug?
Yeah, there's something there. Oh, you know what it is? Damn. It's the inside of the coil pack.
Stayed inside?
It's stuck inside there.
Stuck inside?
It's this one there.
It's that one there?
Shit, I hope that's not going to give us any problems now.
To try get it out?
Yeah.
So now I need 2 coil packs now.
Yeah.
So that one is proper effed. That just came out the...
So these little clips.
Yes.
Is what goes over the
yeah. To clip the spark plug onto there.
Clip it on there.
Oh yeah. So definitely that thing is stuck inside.
Yeah, proper. I don't see anything else there. We got a problem here, Houston. But where there is a will, there is a way, my friend. I'm using a KTM special tool here. Hopefully that will do the job. Not gonna lie.
So that initial tug that you felt Maybe it could have been that thing and not really the spark plug.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now the question is, why is it so stuck on there? Corroded?
Or what? And there's a way of cleaning all the stuff up on the injectors as well, right?
Yeah, there's a whole method to that. I've actually got like a homemade injector cleaner system that I made.
Oh, perfect.
I also had an S1000RR, and the guy went and put an octane booster in the bike.
Yeah.
And he put that NF, you know, that NF octane booster. Now, these cylinder heads and these valves and these RRs, as everybody knows, they are so temperamental. Valve contamination is actually a problem. There was a recall when these came out for valve contamination.
Makes sense.
And so that stuff went and sat on the valves, the exhaust valves, and it was just running with a misfire.
Make a whole lot of cup here.
I took it out, redid the cylinder head, relapped the valves, new head gasket, did valve clearance after that.
The way.
Pushash. That should be out now. There we go.
There we go. So that butt over there.
This piece, yeah.
So what could have caused that? Wear and tear.
I think that this is, yeah, wear and tear. But if you also have a look at this, all of this crap and corrosion that's on here. So
from inside the spark plug, the coil pack.
Yeah, so it's broken off from inside the coil pack.
So that coil pack is stuffed, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it should still. We'll clean it up. It should give continuity to give you spark, but I would suggest that you replace it.
Yeah. So now that's the fourth issue that we found now. Fourth issue. Let the
Oh.
oil.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Okay, so where this all comes from is, so obviously where these rings are, for this to go into the cylinder head, for the spark plug to go in, there's gaskets around here. So there's one gasket here for these two and one gasket there for those two.
Yeah.
But if you have a look inside there,
You can't really see here.
you can see that the oil has been, so when it leaks around there, when the oil gets fed to the cylinder head, it obviously runs out and then runs down into the spark plug, and this can also cause a misfire.
That's strange, huh?
Yeah.
So how come it's not smoking?
It won't smoke because it's not going into the chamber.
Oh, okay. So probably that gasket now needs to change there as well.
Yeah. But we'll see what we can do when we put it back. Maybe just clean it up. Just put a bit of silicone on it for now. So it's basically the spark plug O-ring gaskets. I'm going to give you my honest opinion as a technician. I don't think when they did the service they changed these plugs.
It doesn't.
That is my opinion.
Or something, right?
Yeah, bro.
Something's not cooking yet.
No. I don't like to talk about other shops and other technicians and mechanics and stuff.
And the case
I only speak for myself, but you know, sometimes when the evidence is there, the evidence is there.
Simple. Even better that way.
Oh, look at that one. It's also water.
Water?
Yeah, that's caused from water.
So that's the corrosion that we saw on the...
Yeah, and check out this one's clips is also broken off.
Look at that. So there's nothing good falling into the... Oh, you won't be able to tell.
Yeah, shouldn't be. But yeah, these plugs weren't replaced recently.
Oh, they're old.
They're old, bro. These plugs are old. I mean, never mind looking at the exterior condition.
Yeah.
But just looking at the color of the porcelain and looking at the condition of the electrode itself over here, because this is the part that's inside the engine that does all the bang.
Yes, right. That's
the condition of this
doesn't look like it's
been replaced. Not 10,000 kilometers ago. No ways.
The next issue. So there's definitely something going on there.
I just want to jack up my PC quickly so I can check what the spec is for your bike. Below 10 bar is bad, and then 13 bar plus is good. Alright, so let's get it in there.
So how does a compression test help?
Well, a compression test tells you how well the cylinder is holding the pressure.
Okay.
and more pressure obviously means more bang.
Yes.
So if it leaks, less bang.
Less bang, right. Oh, that means it's leaking somewhere and all that stuff. Okay.
Piston rings, valves,
Could be,
cracked head,
no, thank you.
a few things. Yo, that's bad, bro.
What you
That's
getting?
bad. That's just under 6 bar. Minimum spec is 10 bar. So
Already compression we're losing as well.
compression's low there. Let's check the other cylinders. Alright, fire in the hole.
Let's go.
That one's a little bit better. Just over 6. Other one was just before 6. This one is just over 6.
Okay.
So it's a little bit better, but it's still 4 bar below
The recommended spec.
the minimum spec, yeah.
Woo! Sometimes
So-
you just laugh your problems off.
Yeah. You know, they say if you cry on your own. If you laugh, the world laughs with you.
Yeah, completely.
This can be a very big contributing factor. Very big.
With the loss of power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, also 6.
Also 6. It's actually good that I didn't just take it in for dyno tuning. Think
No,
that
you would've
no, it's a
wasted your
dyno
money,
tune,
bro.
what.
You would have wasted money.
Wanted to
It's like
buy
telling the
new-
brain to run faster, but the leg is broken.
Right?
Yeah. Just under 5.
Just under 5, so that one is also not.
Okay, so all of your cylinders
Are
are
underperforming.
very far under minimum pressure or minimum spec.
Yeah.
According to spec, so poor performance or poor pressure is 10 bar or less. So
Mm.
like your bare minimum is going to be 10. Normal is 11 to 13, and
Yeah.
then good is 13 plus. So now what we'll do is we'll do the leak down test,
Uh-huh.
and then I can tell you now this valve clearance is out.
Okay.
100%, bro.
So you need to get to the crank.
Yeah.
Crank nut. Okay.
So basically we're going to be turning the crank over here.
Manually.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
that each cylinder, the piston comes up to TDC,
Yes.
which is top dead center, and both valves is closed.
Mhm.
And then we're going to basically force air into the cylinder, and
And
we'll
then-
hear where it's coming out.
I
If it's
feel you.
coming out, you'll hear it from here, then it's rings, because then it's blowing past the rings.
Yes.
And
Into
it'll
the
come past you. If it's the exhaust valves that's not seating properly, you'll hear the air come through
from
here.
there.
If it's the intake valves, we'll actually see it from the top here.
I feel you. I think this is a problem that has obviously started and then slowly, progressively got worse, or
Yeah,
just all of a sudden
absolutely.
thing.
No, stuff like this is tear down. This is wear and tear.
Okay,
This is stuff that's with mileage,
makes sense.
heat,
You'll get stuff like that.
it starts to break down. Okay, let's get some air onto here.
There's air from on top.
Yeah. So if you put your hand over here, you can feel that there's air still pushing up.
Still pushing on, right?
Right. I think it's pretty clear what we've got to do here, bro.
Uh huh.
I think let's start off. Let's check the valve clearance. see how many shims we've got to replace. Check how badly pulled back the valves are in the first place before we look at the valves and the seating of the valves. It does concern me a little bit because, like I said, the valves look very sharp, and that means it's wearing and it's starting to pull into the cylinder head.
Makes sense.
And when it goes sharp like that, it loses its edge or its angle.
Where you see
and that's when you start losing compression. Alright, let's start with that. We can open up, check valve clearance, and we're going to have to close again, put everything back on. Or do you want to open it up now, check valve clearance, and do valve clearance one time?
Do the valve clearance one time as well, yeah. The guy that actually told me to actually start off here before flashing or whatever else, from 424 Garage.
424?
They're big on Instagram.
Okay.
The other side, yeah. I was having a chat with him there at Satellite Road, and he's like, no bro, you know what? Start there first before you start going and then. He also owns a workshop there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and do valve clearance one time, eh?
Yeah, no, it doesn't help.
Alright, then we'll take the close off on the side, drop the radiator forward,
And get into
just to get this bloody plastic cover out, and then
because we are going to need that head.
so I need to get down to that bolt there, but this needs to come out. So I'm going to take the radiator forward to unclip this.
Yes, makes sense.
Slide that out, and then take all the bolts off.
So we are going to need that tappet cover anyway, with that sealant for the spark plugs. That one that's leaking already.
Well, while it's open now, you might as well get another one.
Right.
One time.
All right.
Put back.
Makes sense.
And it's the cork.
So obviously all this dirt and grime is the residue from the leaking, all that stuff, no?
Yeah, it's this predominantly over here comes from this crankcase breather.
Okay, that obviously needs to be changed as well.
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
So this tube as well, okay. 25. So how does it, as I said,
Something else himself.
oh, they,
Alright, let's just go with a minimum of 10 and see if we can get it in. Okay, that one feels okay. That one's tight. Those are a bit tight. They seem okay, they're on the minimal side of the spectrum. Dude, these valves are shot.
say again?
These valves are shot.
As in?
They are excessively worn.
So the shimming is fine, no?
It's on the lower side, but the shimming is okay. I haven't checked the exhaust side. This is just the intake side.
Okay.
In terms of from what I can see over here through the intake,
yeah,
the edges of the valves don't look good. When it's coming up, and then when it ignites, it loses pressure.
So as you guys saw, there's a host of issues. I need coil packs, I need spark plugs, I need gaskets, but the major contributing factor to all these things is that the leaking valves are the leaking valves. So look out for the next part of this whole series. I'm going to make sure that I record everything, what we're going to do, all the mods we're going to do, and get this bike back to its glory. Because right now, it's looking very doomy and gloomy. I'm not the happiest chappy out here right now. But if you guys liked what you guys saw, just comment below. If you guys have got parts for me, if you know where I can get valves from, let me know, because I'm going to need all the help I can get. This is not going to be an easy journey, but with your guys' support and with Dino's support as well, I'm definitely going to make it happen. And thank you to 424 Garage for telling me to start off here before going off and spending crazy money on flashing and tuning, only to find out that, you know, there was a whole host of issues with the bike mechanically. Even though, funny enough, the bike started well, it rode fine, but it was just heavily underpowered. Comment below.